morning and welcome to the NBA Daily presented by Amazon Prime for January 26, 2026. I'm Dave DuFour here with Baraheni and Zena Keita. Coming up, the Thunder lose again. We're going to dive into that game. The Knicks pick up a big win, and we're going to draft the All-Star reserves on Vibes. Good morning, everybody. Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing okay. Look, this is supposed to be a fun show. The entire idea about it is if you're riding with your kids in the car, you can put it on. But we're going to talk about Minneapolis for a second. So if you haven't had a chance to talk to your kids about it, feel free to skip ahead a couple minutes. We're going to get to the game that happened really shortly. But the game was postponed in Minneapolis between the Warriors and the Timberwolves on Saturday because federal agents killed Alex Preddy in the streets as he was peacefully observing and actually protecting two women from his community from those federal agents. So the Timberwolves and the NBA decided to postpone the game a day.
Yep.
And it gave us a chance to collect our thoughts a little bit. We got a chance to hear from Chris Finch, Steve Kerr. Many of the players around the NBA have expressed their sentiments about what's happening in Minneapolis. And of course, we send our thoughts, our prayers, and our support to the people in Minneapolis and to the family of Alex Preddy. But there was a basketball game.
Yeah.
And again, that's our job here. So we want to pivot to the game. And it wasn't much of a game because, frankly, both teams seemed like they didn't want to be there, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even post-game, Steve Kerr said that it just felt like two teams that had no interest in playing a basketball game. And you saw that from the onset, the turnovers, the lackadaisical play. Obviously, the Warriors win this game, but it just didn't feel like any of them really had any intention of playing a basketball game. And I can't blame them, truthfully, because of what's happening. And so the Timberwolves post-game, you could hear it from Chris Finch. You could hear it from Anthony Edwards. Julius Randle also spoke on, the aspect of community and how important it's been for Minneapolis over the last 5-6 years and what that community has gone through. It's just, it's tough. It's tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could tell from a Warriors perspective, sure, you get your first win since Jimmy Butler goes down, and you're happy about that. You're happy about the fact that Stephen Curry was able to walk back to the locker room with 3 minutes left on the clock in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But how much does this win tell you about your team? Not much.
Yeah.
Both teams felt really dilapidated. And when you think about it, sure, of course, Minnesota's already feeling this because this is their community, but the Warriors had been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches, I saw content from coaches on January 23rd when Minnesota had their ice out protest. So they had been there for a while, and they had been in the midst of everything that was going on in terms of the tension and just also the cold of Minnesota, the physical cold of Minnesota. So it's one of those wins where it's like, it's good for the record. It's good maybe for morale long term when you're thinking about the numbers and stacking up in the playoffs conversation. But in the moment, it's not one of those like rah type of wins.
And by the way, they have to play again, like on Monday.
That's right. Play again tonight. And the fifth straight loss for the Wolves, who, we talked about how good they've been since Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Things kind of falling apart here, the last week and a half or so. I wonder why.
Right.
Maybe, just mind not quite on the basketball court. You never know. After the game, I thought that what Chris Finch had to say about his team, he called it a ghost performance.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, yeah, it was. They had no energy out there. I think a lot of this we could probably chalk up to the routine being thrown off. These guys, obviously it's a delicate balance from day to day, especially energy wise.
Yeah.
And having an extra day to sit and think about the world around you probably didn't help them too much.
Yeah. And also the way that how important sports is in a moment like this, especially for them, it's secondary compared to everything else that's happening. So you can't blame.
The majority of the questions being about your neighbors, being kidnapped off the street or being shot in the street when they're protesting or observing. I think that would kind of ruin the mood for me as an athlete if I had to go and try to perform. But anyway, again, thoughts to Minneapolis and hopefully everybody is better tomorrow. okay, the Thunder, they've lost 2 straight games at home.
Yeah.
I didn't think the Raptors had it in them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team that is, we like what they're doing, but we don't believe that they're this good. I thought that they looked great against the Thunder.
Yeah, this obviously the Thunder are missing a bunch of players, and Jalen Williams and Case and Wallace even left the game halfway through. AJ Mitchell, Isaiah Hartenstein. So this is an injured Thunder team, but they still had SGA, still had Chet Holmgren. And truthfully, guys, I think this was the best win of the season for the Raptors. They've had a couple of signature moments, a couple of good wins against the Sixers and the Cavaliers this year, but I think by far, out executing OKC in the clutch, having this massive moment for Scottie Barnes, who got a clutch block on Chet Holmgren, back-to-back threes.
Sealed the game.
Yeah,
with the
absolutely
block.
sealed the game. Yeah. Back-to-back clutch threes for Emmanuel quickly. They have some of their rotation guys playing a little bit better. And not to mention the Raptors are also dealing with injuries. The fact that this team went 4-1 on their West Coast road trip, I've kind of, in my own way, labeled this trip their moment of truth. It was like, let's see what this team is made of. And for them to go 4-1 on this trip, despite the injuries that they're dealing with, despite not having their starting center, Jakob Poeltl, I think it's a wildly impressive win.
They're getting home court weather, though. The entire south of America
That's
is like
true.
blanketed in snow and freezing weather. And I mean, Zena, they probably just walk in there and they're like, oh, it's like a home gym.
It felt a little bit like that for them, I'm sure. They had to, but OKC, they got to figure this out. Like, I'll take the OKC end of this. I mean, yes, we've seen that this team has had some injuries and had some absences since the beginning of the season. When they were still dominating, they didn't have Jalen Williams, right? So we're looking at this depleted front court, and we saw, yes, that the Raptors were able to take advantage of it. But it wasn't even just the front court. The rotations were slow.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it felt as if you had no Caruso on the wing. You had no Jalen Williams on the wing. So you're missing your primary wing defenders. You don't have Isaiah Hartenstein inside the paint. So their defense looked immediately, it looked like porous. It looked like it had some gaps. They were not rotating as well. And shout out to Toronto for taking advantage, but I can't give an excuse for OKC. You've had absences before.
Yeah.
Why can't, why are you not able to adjust basically?
Yeah, this is also the deepest team in the NBA. Like I had a couple people on Twitter say, like, how is this the best win of the Raptors season? This is the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, listen, they're down, they're not out. And frankly, I think the bigger problem, guys, is that, they shot 26% from 3.
Yeah.
This 3-point shooting, they are 11 for 43. This is the crux of the issue for them. They are a great defense. I mean, they held the Raptors to 103 points. Okay. It's not like the Raptors lit the world on fire, but the inability to score, and it came up down the stretch for them. I mean, Chet Holmgren on that shot where he's blocked by Scottie Barnes. I mean, I think he makes a bad decision there. You got 35 seconds left. You have the ball. He had what I thought was a decent look from 3 that he probably should have pulled on. But then he tries to drive. He gets stonewalled. And instead of kicking it out and resetting, he takes to an ill-advised mid-ranger that he wasn't ready for, which is why Scottie was able to get to it and get the rebound and close the game out. I just think there's some stuff with their offense where they're generating 3-pointers. They're just not dropping. And until those shots start to fall, I'm not worried about it.
First time since November of 2023, they've lost back-to-back home games.
Wow.
Which is pretty absurd in its own right as a stat. Look, of course, the injury aspect is important. And Zena, to your point, like missing Caruso and J-Dub on the wings and Hartenstein inside, it's massive. But we've seen this team problem solve more. And to lose to the Pacers the way that they did, and now to the Raptors, which is obviously a better team than the Pacers, it's like they don't have that same punch to them that they had to start this year when they went 24-1. It feels a little bit different.
Also, it was down to dunk night last night.
Maybe that's a jinx.
A lot of disappointed fans getting their photo taken on the court after that one. They saw history again. Two losses in a row at home for the first time since 2023. Hey, so the Knicks, the sky has been falling for them. We've been all over this. They're going to have to trade Cat, all of these other things. They get a big win over the Sixers, who we've been pretty high on here recently.
Yeah.
112, 109. Jalen Brunson seals the deal with a steal, which you never would have imagined. The game is sealed by Brunson with a defensive play. He had 31 points. I think the biggest story to come out of this, because the Knicks should beat the Sixers. They are, on paper, at least a better basketball team. But the way that the Knicks closed this game out, it's a new lineup for them. Karl-Anthony Towns, he fouled out in 16 minutes. He only gave him 10 points and 6 rebounds. Just was not there for them in the game, but they might have stumbled onto a little bit of lineup magic.
Yeah, so Mike Brown mentioned this post-game, and this was the first time, I believe, in basically all of the season that they went ultra small. So it was no Karl-Anthony Towns in there, no Mitchell Robinson in there. They went OG Anunoby at the 5 with Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Jalen Brunson. And I think that small ball lineup really made it so that Joel Embiid, who likes to camp out in the paint, they don't want to put Joel in space whatsoever, especially because he hasn't been the greatest on defense this year. That lineup made it so that they could play 5 out. The 3-point shooting was there. Shaman knocked down a clutch 3. OG knocked down a clutch 3. Their offensive rebounding got juiced because of it too. And
Embiid isn't 100% yet, so we can't punish you for that.
Yeah, of course.
OG was able to hold up against him. Yeah.
And look, by the way, Embiid had an incredible offensive game.
He did.
38 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Like he looks more and more like the MVP version of himself on offense. But on defense, you can still kind of target and make things difficult for him. I thought that Knicks small ball unit was interesting, though. I wonder if they lean on that more as the season progresses, especially because I still think the front court stuff they're trying to figure out between Robinson and Cat, it's just not there yet when both of those guys are on the floor. And so you got to stagger them. How do those lineups work when you stagger them more often? I don't know.
And then there's something to be said about, inserting Ariel Hukporti in there and utilizing his youth and his excitement, I think, on defense. I think that fatigued Joel a little bit in the second half too. Like I really like the fact that, we've been talking about Joel Embiid being back. I like the fact that we still are seeing him be dominant. Right now, he's just got to put 2 halves together now, right? Because that game was a tale of 2 halves. He did phenomenal in that first half, and he got tired, even leading down to that turnover that pretty much sealed the game. So I think that Joel Embiid's on the right track, but from a New York Knicks perspective, you've got a rotation there that's starting to show up that without Cat, between Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Ariel Hukporti, of people that can wear you down, wear some bigs down. And I think that that's really big for Mike Brown to stumble upon. But Jalen Brunson doing Jalen Brunson things is really what got them back in the game. Like that 15-0 run, I believe it was like in the third quarter. That he had. Like, I mean, he was ridiculous in the second half, and it was basically Joel Embiid sputtered right when Jalen Brunson picked up.
Right.
Just want to mention, by the way, Raptors and Knicks, they play on Wednesday in a Eastern Conference battle. It's for the battle of the 3rd seed. Just want to put it out there.
I love it. And you know what? If the Knicks do what they did against the Sixers, like they finally handled all of these things that we've been talking about have been a struggle for them, like getting on the boards. Like they handled the boards against Philly. They out-rebounded them 53-37. And this was a crazy stat. 26 second chance points compared to 4 for the Sixers.
No, Mitchell Robinson is like the greatest of all time.
He is.
He really is amazing.
We just haven't seen that consistently recently, so that's great.
This is what's been missing for the Knicks is all this offensive rebounding. Tom Thibodeau, people focus a lot on his defensive philosophies, but his offensive rebounding philosophy is what made that team. I mean, go back, if you guys are listening, go back and read Fred Katz in the last couple of years writing about this team and offensive rebounding. And James Edwards, I believe, did a big deep dive last year too. That's back, and that's super important for them. But the big thing that's missing for Embiid is that rebounding. So it was a little bit of a perfect storm here, and I think that I'm hoping by the time we get to playoff time, we get to see Embiid back to being dominant on the glass. If that happens, I mean, the Sixers, they could pretty much beat anybody. Guys, stick around after the break. We're going to draft the All-Star reserves. All right, guys, let's have a little bit of fun and draft the 2026 NBA All-Star reserves without any care about the format. We don't care if you're a world player. We don't care if you're an American player. I don't care if you're from Antarctica. You're just eligible to be drafted here.
Yeah.
Guys, we've got 5 starters announced for the East and West, so we're going to kind of stick to that. I'm going to be the arbiter here. I'll be the Mark Tatum of the show. Shout out to Mark.
Okay. Shout out to Mark.
Listens to the show.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to go back and forth in draft. And since I'm the boss, I'm going to say Zena goes first.
Okay. Well, if you listen to the show recently, you heard me already advocate for this player to have been a starter because his fellow players, considered him in the top 4 of players you do not want to face. So Anthony Edwards is my first pick. Check.
I mean, it's a great pick. He should be an all-star starter.
Yeah.
S, where do you go first?
I think it's fair. I think there's another guy on the East that could have easily been an all-star starter. That is Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Spite has been awesome. He's basically been the one massive bright spot for the Cavs this year. He's averaging nearly 30.
Cavs might be back. They get the big win over the Magic over the weekend. He had 36 in that or something like that.
He's been insane as a scorer this year. It's not even
great too.
Yep.
All right, Zena, you're up. Pick number 2.
Just because I feel like for the messiness, I am going to make Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama teammates.
Oh, I love that.
They're going to be on the same team, and we're going to see what happens when these two are not dueling against each other, but rather teaming up. And what do those 2 towers look like together?
That would be pretty fun.
I feel like it'd be so much fun.
I would actually like to see that in a real basketball game. Talk about defensive motor and then, like Wemby behind you.
I kind of want them to eventually be teammates somewhere. It won't be on an international scale like they did with Bird and Magic, but somewhere, somehow they need to be teammates.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. I feel like there's a bit of a separation here. You know what? The Nuggets have been very, very good this year. They've been missing Nikola Jokic for what feels like a month, almost a month. Jamal Murray has been humming as a scorer, as a playmaker. Of course, Peyton Watson is a big part of that, but I'm going to take Jamal. I think Jamal is the guy.
Peyton Watson's a big part of Jamal Murray having an all-star season. That's ridiculous even
Someone
for you.
has to pass Peyton the ball. Someone has to pass him the ball.
Hey,
just letting you know.
The biggest difference for me this year between years past with Jamal Murray, he came in out of camp in shape. He started the season in shape. And I think some of the stuff they were doing during the offseason obviously built some chemistry. Nuggets look so good. All right, Zena, pick number 3. Anthony Edwards and Chet Holmgren so far. That's pretty tough.
I feel like I'm starting strong. And my next pick, I want a first-timer.
Okay.
And I was going through.
This is a vibes draft, by the way.
Yeah,
just throwing that out there.
Try to make it so that this person feels good and welcome. They're going to be joining Stephen Curry, right? And I think that there's something to be said about getting somebody well acclimated. And so I'm in Thompson. Come on over. Come on down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over Sengun. Okay.
I'm in Thompson.
Zena's making a squad here.
This is a vibe. Okay. I like it. Wow. All right.
We're going to have some acrobatic dunks on my side.
Literally.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of first-time All-Stars, this guy has been incredible for the Atlanta Hawks. Triple-double machine.
Oh.
He has been genuinely, if you look at the most improved race, feels like he's probably going to win. And Dave, yes, that's right. This is the 10th guy I've mentioned over the last 2 weeks for most improved player. But Jalen Johnson is going to be an all-star this year, and he rightfully will be. I think he's a lock for the Eastern Conference to be an all-star reserve. So,
he didn't force Trae Young out of town, but he allowed the Hawks to make the Trae Young trade.
Yeah, right. He is now their franchise player. They committed to him because of the season that he's had. Absolutely.
I like it. I'm with it. You stole that one from me. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted Jalen Johnson. I'm a big Jalen Johnson
You're going
fan.
For the athletes. I saw that. I saw that coming.
You see it. Okay. Well, on that note, you steal from me. I steal from you, ass. I'm representing who?
I'm just picking vibes.
Okay. I just read East-West on my document. I was like, wait. Hold on.
No.
Okay, perfect. You steal from me. I steal from you. Scottie Barnes, come on down.
Oh, no. I can't believe Scottie Barnes wasn't S's first pick.
I'm shocked. I'm being objective
shocked you let me get through 3. without
we are NBA analysts. All right. Listen, this is
it is true. Hey, listen, as we talked about Scottie Barnes, the block on Chet that really sealed the deal in the win last night. I mean,
how many rebounds did he have in that one game? 20.
Yeah, it was Wilt Chamberlain type numbers.
Yeah.
I will say
also Scottie Barnes super jacked now.
They
showed a shot of him on the bench, and I mean he looks bigger than Giannis.
Jalen Duren,
he is huge.
Scottie Barnes,
they do have the same.
They have the same workout plan
thing. Yes,
we're almost at the point where someone's going to say, "Hey, Scottie Barnes, stay out of the weight room for a couple of weeks." Like just
or
we don't
take
need Karl Malone out here.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say the Raptors are a top 5 defense, with Scottie Barnes being probably, if not their only, one of their only good defenders.
Right.
That is a testament to how much he's done.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah. He's all over the place.
All right.
Okay.
S, where are you going?
Oh, right. It's my pick. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I got to go back into my West bag here. He just got hurt, but this team is overachieving expectations wise. He has been an incredible scorer. He's gotten back into his number 1 option bag. The Suns are rolling. Devin Booker is my pick here. I think he should be an all-star. Absolutely.
That's a great pick.
You don't think Dylan Brooks is the reason that the Suns are so good?
He's been a reason their defense has been so good. I will say that. Absolutely. But I don't think he's making the all-star team.
Honestly, I wonder if he's going to be in the 3-point shooting contest.
I would like to see that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't know. You're the only person outside of Dylan Brooks that would want to see Dylan Brooks in the 3-point shooting contest. All right, Zena, you're up.
This is getting a little bit difficult now. I'm not going to lie. Oh, you know what? No, it ain't. I'm going international. Deni Avdija, come on down.
I knew that was coming.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I love me a little bit, Deni, and I think he's going to be a really good show giver. Right? There's certain all-stars like Steph gets it. LeBron, they get it. Like they've done this so long that they understand what it's like to put on a show.
Yeah.
We see Deni Avdija put on shows just because he's trying to win games, not because he's trying to be an all-star. So I feel like I wonder what that's going to look like when he's just in the mode of just trying to have fun.
When he's on the court, other guys on the other team are going to go hard against him. I see that in games. Players tend to go, and I feel like it's because when he drives, he's so physical.
He's incredibly
that it
physical.
pisses you off.
Yeah.
And so you want to kind of get him back on the other end when you get a chance to.
Yeah.
All right, S, who you got?
How many more picks do I even have here?
You have 3 picks left.
3 picks left. Okay. All right. The Pistons have the second best record in the league. I've talked so much about how important this player is to what the Pistons want to do. Jalen Duren is an all-star this year. Of course, he's improved defensively. The offense is there. Him and Cade Cunningham are one of the best connections in the NBA. He's also been creating for himself.
I was going to say, some of his stuff off the dribble has been surprising this year.
Yeah. It's been huge. So he's going to get a massive extension this summer, and he's also going to be an all-star. So Jalen Duren.
Okay.
All right, Zena. Only 2 picks left for you yet.
Yeah, and I need some bigs. I need some bigs ASAP. So I think I got to go with my guy, Bam.
Ooh. Over his teammate?
Now, this is shocking because I don't think Bam is an all-star this year.
I know. And, okay.
What
so
about
when you
year
say,
23, Zena?
Okay, so question. When you say over his teammate, I know you're talking about Norm.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know you need bigs.
But I just need bigs.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. And I agree with you. I do think that the likes of Con Knippel, Bam Adebayo, some of those guys are going to be on the outskirts of this conversation.
He's been great defensively.
I already have Nikola. That's why I don't want Alperen. Right? Yeah. I don't want the two of them together. Wow. I would like to see them go up against each other. That would be fun. But alas. So that's why I'm going with Bam. I'm stretching
Styles
things out
make
here.
fights.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo next to Jokic would honestly be kind of awesome.
Yeah.
It would.
It would be. Yeah,
anything that allows Bam to not have to try to create a shot. All right, S, you're up.
Okay. Man, this is tough because there are guys who off of reputation maybe this is LeBron James's last All-Star game. He actually said he wouldn't even show up if he made the team.
Well, he's doing the I'm old and into golf thing now.
Right.
So he's got to be like, hey, so that's a weekend off.
I kind of want to reward a younger guy because he doesn't seem like he's all that into it this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Sengun because Sengun is, why not give it to the younger guy? The Rockets have been awesome this year. He is admittedly not scoring as effectively as he was last season, but I still think he's putting up all-star numbers. We'll put Sengun in there.
I like it. I'm with it.
All right, Zena, last pick.
Oh, man. I think to close it out, I'm going to go with a guy that absolutely loves to put on a show, especially if the right audience member is sitting courtside. And that's going to be OG Anunoby. Come on down. All righty. OG plays defense. Funny. He can score.
Yeah.
And, he's just a fun time. I'm getting OG because I feel like the interviews would be great on press row. So, OG Anunoby. Let's come on down.
OG Anunoby, all-star. All
right.
I mean,
look, I think I could argue that he deserves it over Cat, and I just, especially with how Cat has played recently, I think in the Knicks should get a second all-star conversation. He leaps Cat in that category.
I'm personally not involved in that conversation. I think they only have one all-star.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay. So this is my last spot, right? This is interesting because I can be the guy to give LeBron James an all-star spot here, but I'm not going to be the guy to give LeBron James an all-star spot.
Wow.
I really thought you would. I thought we were going to have one.
I know, I'm tempted.
Stephen on one side, LeBron on the other, but all right.
But I also, you know what? I'm going to give it to Norm Powell.
I was about to say, somebody put a third L in Norm Powell's name in our doc, and he can't take a fourth L by not getting picked here for the All-Star game.
Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it already, but I do think if the Heat get an All-Star, Norm should be the guy.
I agree.
His scoring has been massive for what they've needed, and I know they've struggled on the offensive end overall, but he's just so important to what they do offensively. The shooting is important. The off-ball scoring is important. He's putting up all-star level numbers, especially in the Eastern Conference. I think he will get rewarded. So, yeah, Norm, get the Lifetime Achievement All-Star. Why not? Let's do it.
Oh, man. Okay, so let me read these off. For Zena, we got Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Amen Thompson, Scottie Barnes, Deni Avdija, Bam Adebayo, OG Anunoby. And for S, we have Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, Devin Booker, Jalen Duren, Alperen Sengun. And who was the last one?
Norm Powell.
Norm Powell. There we go. Guys, let us know in the comments who drafted better. Also, the snubs.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Literally legendary. LeBron James.
I know.
Kawhi Leonard, who's been great. James Harden, Lauri Markkanen, Pascal Siakam, not even mentioned.
Yeah.
In any of this, man, S just failing his people left and right.
Listen, Norm Powell is a former Raptor. I'm blessed.
Yeah, you had to pick him up.
Fair.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's show. For Zena, Keita, and S. Baraheni, I'm Dave DuFour, and this has been the NBA Daily. Take care of yourselves and each other.